Kia ora, Lara here, also known as Scrappykea on various social media. I'm coming to you today with week 6 of 52 favourite photos, and I am working on the back of a 6x4 and 2 3x4s is kind of the pocket page that I'm up to in this Stampin' Up album that I'm using. I've decided today for today's photo that I will use this sort of Otterly adorable collection, and I won't be using any of the otter sized of the papers. I am a primary school teacher, and at the moment I am teaching a new entrant class, and part of our sort of philosophy, or part of what we do at our school, is we have a play-based learning approach for aspects of our day. So what I have a photo of here is a whole lot of hands in a little bit of water. What started off as a response to a book about commotion in the ocean, which is a really nice rhyming story about different creatures that live beneath the sea. I had the water trough set up outside with some of these sea animals in it, and the children enjoyed playing there for a little while, but it very soon became apparent that their play interest wasn't actually in the sea creatures that were there. It was more in the transporting or the movement or flow of the water. So it kind of turned into more of a bit of a science play as children filled up containers and carted water to a different spot, and then used containers to pour it down a pipe that they then created an ending for in a tunnel. And it was just this really cool, rich learning experience. So I grabbed a photo of that, didn't show any of the children's faces. And the reason I took this photo was more for education and learning, and sharing with those children how I value that play. But it is also one that it's a favourite moment because it's a big part of why I teach and what I like to do within my teaching. So pulled out the papers there. You saw me before go in and use the Softwaves 3D embossing folder with sort of some paper that had that watery look to it already. That's that blue paper up the top, and that was cut to a 4x6 piece. I also used that sort of leaf piece down there, and I am now going to go in and add some titles. So you saw me with all those letters there. I keep the leftover letters from when I am cutting with this particular thin cut, this die cut. You can sort of see to the left there those greeny coloured bits that they take. You cut a whole lot of letters. You'd kind of have to be really finicky to do just a few letters on it. So this is the mini alphabet dies, and I decided instead of cutting any new ones, I would just go through and see what I had, and I pulled out some of the bluey green toned letters, and that's what I formed my title, and I just titled it Play. Today's page is actually a really nice and simple one. It just felt like it needed to be nice and simple because there was so much busyness going on in that photo. So I've done that title. You'll notice that I stuck down a couple of them with the glue. I had done one of them with some 3D layering foam, and also one of them already had the sticky attached, so it just depended how I cut it, but the different depths and different heights and stuff kind of, I felt, emulates or copies that idea that play doesn't roll out how you expect it. So now I've got these lovely everyday arches dies that I am going to use, and I was just going to have it in that top piece, but I decided I'm going to let it overlay onto the two pieces. So I'm just going to use the mini die cut machine for this one, and so I'm just layering the sandwiches all up and getting this ready. The paper needs to be a bit smaller in this die cut just because it's that nice handy little size. So popping the pieces away, I'm going to roll that through. I sometimes have to sort of push against it a little bit to get it to start, but this time it went through pretty easily, really. Can take a bit of pressure to roll it through. So here's that gorgeous everyday arches die cut out, and I decide that I'm going to use the title Embrace the Journey. The stamp will also become the title, so I'm going to pop that on, but it will sit with the title on just that top part of the photo, so you'll still see what's happening in it, but I just like bringing that connection between the two sort of pockets. So that is why once I stamp this, So just get that stamped on there. It transfers quite beautifully. And then I'm just going to trim that bottom piece off. There we go. And pop that over the photo with the top part of the arch going into the water. So just a matter of getting those stuck down correctly. And I am going to just pop my journaling on that top little part of the arch as well. These arches are really nice. They have got sort of a stitched or a dotted kind of look on part of them. And so they just have a really nice finish, whether they're sitting on a scrapbook page or whether they are sitting into a card. So my journaling is pretty much what I was telling you before about it being my favourite photo, to do with that play and the way the play sort of rolled out. So there is that bottom part of the arch being stuck in, and then it's a matter of just lining up the top piece and making sure it when it's sitting in the pockets that it will be obvious that they go together, and they're, even though there's a little bit of a gap between them, it still just finishes off quite nicely. So now time to pop them into the pockets, and because it's on the back of it, I'll be poking the other pieces through from the other side. And there we have another favourite photo of week 6 of 2025 documented. Thanks for watching.